Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Today's video is my Pandora hits and misses for July. I have everything stored in this pink jewelry box right here, so I just want to get started and I want to share these in the order that I received them. So that means the first item is a Murano, and I have it on this little charm rod right here. And this is an oldie. It's the yellow stripe Murano, and as you can see from the core, it is in need of some polishing. There is the hallmark. So these are the original hallmarks that Pandora did. They didn't have the S in front of the 925. So the yellow stripe Murano is one that Pandora released quite a few of in this line. There's a lot of different colors. And this one, I've always thought it was so cheerful, and I think it's going to be fairly easy to incorporate this one into a design. Coming to my collection book from spring 2012, I want to show you the other stripe Muranos, or maybe I'll just share with you all of the Muranos that Pandora had at that time. And as you can tell, there are pages of them. So right here is the wooden Muranos, and these are getting to be quite collectible. So if you can get your hands on these and they're in a good condition, I do highly recommend picking this one up. And then we're moving on to the actual glass Muranos. So you can see the polka dot ones at the top, and then we do have some of the flowers and the stripes. The captivating with the triangles. I really like this captivating amber and the blue. Actually, I like them all. The green is really pretty I just like them all. Flowers for You was a very popular Murano, and as you can see, it came out in a lot of different colors, and it just has kind of an old romantic vibe to it. And then moving on to the next page, we have the ladybugs, and then the hearts, and then we have the swirly swirl, and now we're getting into the candy stripes, I believe they called them. And as you can see, the picture is a very good representation of what the actual Murano looks like. And it came out in orange. Cinnamon is a really pretty color. Lavender is very soft. And then turning the page, there's a few more candy stripes at the top here. Blue, light green, gray, and then we get into the bubbles. And they did quite a few in that. So it seemed like when Pandora had a pattern, they released it in multiple colors. And then we've got the stars. I would love to find this green stars right here. And then the stepping stones. I always thought the stepping stones was older than the ladybugs and the stars, but it was just released in August 2012. This one here, the green stepping stone, is another one that I would like to add to my collection. Green is my favorite color, and I don't have enough green in my Pandora collection. And then right here, also new, was the Looking Glass. And these are very pretty as well. And the Kiss Me, I'm Irish. Pandora also did a collection of large Muranos, and I don't know how popular these were because they were really chunky on a bracelet. And I have one here to show you. It's the Purple Exotic. So you can see, like, these are already larger Muranos. You can see how much larger the extra large is, especially if I kind of put it next to a bracelet. Like, look how much that's going to hang out. So to be honest, I have this one in my collection, but I don't use it. So I got totally sidetracked with the Muranos. So let's move on to the items that I did add to my Pandora collection. And most of these items I picked up locally from a seller, and she was selling everything for $8 to $10 from her Pandora collection. This is Mrs. Hedgehog, and I have always adored Mrs. Hedgehog, and I was kind of keeping an eye out to add her to my Pandora animal collection. As you can see, she's got some nice little bow in her hair, and she's carrying a purse. You can see her little feet there, and they kind of gave her a dress, I believe. Yeah, it looks like a little dress, but I like the textured detail for the hedgehog part of her. And then the back, yeah, she's definitely wearing a polka dot dress. So she is super cute, and I think I still want to create that animal bracelet that's been in the back of my mind, and she'll definitely look really nice on there. Or I might add her to my daughter's bracelet, I'm not sure. And then this one here is an oldie, and this is actually a duplicate for me. This one is the Zen, yes, purple Zen. So you've got that deep royal purple enamel, and then that silver scroll work in the middle. And this is a really pretty charm. And actually it looks really nice with the yellow. I also added 3 rings to my collection, and all of these rings were $8 to $10 each. This first one here is the tiara ring, and when I show it to you, I think it got over polished. But do you see how the CZs and the silver looks really smooth? I'm not sure if that's how it was supposed to be from the original ring. Like, to me, I'm used to more of a texture, a little bit of a raised detail with the CZs. And this one is really smooth. So I don't know if it got over polished, but it is actually really comfortable to wear. And I do know that it is authentic. There's the hallmark right there. And it's a nice ring. It'll be nice for stacking because you can do like a plain band underneath and just put the ring on top. I'm not sure if I'm going to be keeping this one for myself or passing it along. Another ring that I purchased, and this one I thought was really pretty. This here is called the heart ring, I believe. And, oh, sorry, it's like a fuchsia colored CZ. And then you've got smaller fuchsia CZs on the side. And it has you and me written on the one side and nothing on the other. So that's a really nice sentiment. What I like about this ring is it's not thin, like it's got a nice band to it. It's a little bit thicker. You can see how it's a little bit raised up, so it'll be good for stacking. And there is the hallmark inside right there. So again, not sure if I'm going to be keeping this one. I think I will though, because I really do like the color of that CZ. And the last ring that I picked up is a duplicate for me, and my daughter's been eyeing this one, so she might end up with this. And this one I think is just called heart ring. I don't know. I think I'm getting it wrong. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the names of these wrong. But this one here has a lot of bling to it, and I haven't even cleaned this ring yet. So you can see how it's going to shine once I do clean it. And it is a really pretty ring. This one, because of the way the heart is, will not be good for stacking because I think the heart, yeah, see, it doesn't go on. Well, maybe it will. Yeah, not sure. But when I wear this ring myself, I never do stack it. It's kind of like a standalone. So next I want to share with you a bracelet. And I got this bracelet for such a good deal. It's like, I got it for basically the price of one Pandora Rose charm. Pandora Rose doesn't seem to be that popular right now, so people are having a hard time selling their pre-loved Pandora Rose for a good price because everybody is all about the gold right now, especially the gold plated. So if you love Pandora Rose, now is the time to be shopping for it pre-loved because, like I mentioned, they're not getting a top dollar for these items. This here, I can't remember the name of this clasp, but it does have a little crown on top of the CZ circle there, and you can see the Pandora on one side and on both sides actually. And then it came with a clip. So one thing with Pandora Rose is it's not threaded right here. So anything that you put on that aren't threaded, like these charms, Pandora Rose, it does not include threading because I think it scratches the plating of the bracelet. So being that it's not threaded, there is a silicone line clip and it's placed just right at the end here. So when you open up the bracelet, all of your charms won't slip off. So you can do this with a silicone line clip or you can do a safety chain. And when I compared the CZ colors, I can see this one's clear and this one is a really light pink, and it's a really good clip. Like it hardly moves at all with a little bit of encouragement. The other charms that I have on here, this one is a duplicate, the little pink daisies. Isn't that a beautiful Pandora Rose charm? And you can see there's a little bee and a ladybug. And what I really like about this charm is how Pandora has changed the color of the enamel. And they even use like a soft pastel pink with a little bit of variation and a purple. And it looks so pretty with the Pandora Rose. This here is a little angel with the star. I'm not sure if this one is still available. And it's a really pretty dangle. And I do like that the bail on this one is a little bit thicker without any CZs. This one right here is a charm that Pandora has done in so many different metals and colors of CZs. I believe I have this one with the red CZs and also in gold. So here we have it in Pandora Rose. It's the infinity heart, and you got the scroll work at the bottom and another infinity symbol on the top. It's a really pretty charm. This here is the paw print, and I am so happy to have this one. I absolutely love my little dog, and I always love this charm. And then you can see the MET at the bottom. So this bracelet, like I mentioned, was the price of only one of these charms. So I was super fortunate to pick this one up. Also in July, I managed to find this charm, and this one has been on my top of my wish list for so many years. It's the two-tone fairy tale fish. I know it was first released as a Russian exclusive, and I am absolutely thrilled. I can't tell you how happy I am to have this one. So you have the different, and actually fun fact about me, is I breed fish. I've turned one of my bedrooms into a fish room, and I have joined the fish keeping hobby, and I've started to breed some different lines, and I sell them so locally. So this little fish here is absolutely welcome to my Pandora collection because it represents one of my hobbies so well. And take a look at the CZs and the amber colored, like I love the warm tones on this fish. The 14 karat gold crown at the top and the black eyes, and it's just such a gorgeous charm. And I know this one was in Rue La La, and being in Canada, I do have access to Rue La La, but this one just must have escaped me or wasn't paying any attention at all. So really happy to finally have this little fish added to my collection, and I want to create a bracelet design just featuring this fish. I want to go back to my catalog and share with you some other Muranos. These are the 14 karat gold with Murano glass. And in 2012, there was a collection called the Lotus Collection. What I like about the Lotus Collection and even the Mystic one here is that Pandora did not recreate it in silver. So it was very special just to the gold core. So of the Lotus collection, I'm actually missing one. This isn't the complete collection because I know there was an orange lotus because I have it. But I managed to get my second, and it is the purple lotus. And here it is beside my orange one. So long ago, a couple years now, I think I was in Vancouver, and the outlet in Vancouver had the orange lotus still available, but because I had one, I resisted getting a duplicate because I always wanted to create a bracelet design with the different colors. So I now have the purple lotus to add to my orange, and as you can see, there is some variation. Like my orange one and the purple are quite different in the petals, and I really like that. I like the variation on these. I'm getting more and more open to variation and not wanting to have everything identical. And another 14 karat gold item that I added to my collection is this forget-me-not charm. Yeah, I believe it's called the forget-me-not. And this is an older Pandora gold charm. And out of curiosity, I'm going back to this catalog because I wanted to see if it was included in this. And here it is here. So the forget-me-not in Canada was $385 at the time. And I like to have charms with various shapes, and I think because this one has no CZs and it just has that rope pattern, I think it's going to be really nice on a bracelet. In July, I was wandering around downtown and I went into an antique store and they sold some older Pandora charms. This one here is called the Amethyst Love Knot. And it's a charm that I've always thought was really interesting looking because look at the profile. Isn't that nice? Like it's kind of pokey, I think, when you put it on a bracelet. Maybe it won't be. Maybe it will lie nice because it's only on both sides. Maybe it'll lie this way against your wrist. I haven't designed with this one as yet. But look at the amethyst in between the claws there. I just think it's such a unique charm that Pandora did. So this is a definite oldie, probably does belong in an antique shop, but it kind of made me a little bit depressed that Pandora's in an antique store. So I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, I live like right across from a lake, and it seems like helicopters are grabbing some water from the lake. So there might be a little fire around my area. So I'm gonna have to hurry up with this video. Because it is going to be loud. This is a charm that I sold probably a couple years ago, and I regretted selling this one, so I was really happy to find a second, and it's the Forest Fairy. The reason why I sold this charm is it's a flipper. As you can see, like it's top heavy and it flips. But as soon as I sold it, I was regretful because it is such a unique Pandora charm, and Pandora doesn't do all of these fairy tale type charms anymore. So you've got the little fairy sitting on top of a patterned mushroom, and you can see the fairy's wings and the little knot on top of her hair. Kind of reminds me of Tinkerbell. And then her legs coming down and her skirt. And it's just such a beautiful, unique charm. So I'm really happy to have a second chance at this one. I like the texture detail too on her wings. And then this charm here is one that I've always wished I had added it to my collection. This one I think was called Mystic Floral, and it came out in the autumn 2014. And that is actually one of my Pandora misses that I wanted to mention in this video, is that Pandora doesn't do an autumn collection anymore. And I think that is so sad because autumn is one of my favorite seasons. Pandora does a Halloween collection, but that is definitely not autumn for me. This one here is the Mystic Floral. So you can see that black enamel with the stone in the middle of the flower. Again, I apologize for the helicopters, but what they're doing is far more important than this video. So again, this is a beautiful charm with the flowers and the CZ in the center of the flowers, and then that vine, and you can see some leaves, and it is a gorgeous charm. I want to show you a collection that Pandora used to do in autumn. And this is my autumn 2014 when that charm was released. Like, they actually even made catalogs for their autumn collection. I just want to show you the nature part. Here is the sparkling leaves. Like, Pandora had such a beautiful style. I really enjoyed their 2014 style. And just as I move it down the page here, you can see the new items that they added. And I don't know, there's just like a romantic vibe, like this one here with the laurel leaves and that golden colored CZ in the center. Just such a beautiful, beautiful themes that Pandora did back then. And they still do, it's just different. Here's the little rocking horse, $55 in Canada back then. And I also wanted to share some of their photos here of their Mystic Floral collection. And it's such a beautiful collection that Pandora did. I do have these rings. I feel very fortunate to have those rings. I wish I had these clips. So moving along, I want to show you some charms that I found at Value Village. This is one here that I thought was a great value for $8.49. And as you can see, I haven't even released the charm from their price tag. This is the Forget-Me-Not charm with white agate, and I was super happy to find this one. I do think it's a beautiful charm, and it also has that nice vintage vibe to it. As you can see, all of these white agates are in really good condition. I have this charm with a little bit of yellowing on some of the white agates, but it is a natural stone, so you can't expect it to look man-made and perfect. Not to say that nature isn't perfect. I think the imperfectness of nature is what makes it perfect. And here's the one that I have in my collection. So you can see this one is a little bit more yellow compared to some of the other white agate. So these are the three that I have in my collection. And now I have this fourth one, but now that I put this fourth one up against my other three, you can see, whoop, one just rolled away. you can see how there's a little bit of difference in the oxidization. So I am wondering, like, have you, to re-oxidize, I don't want to use the egg method because of the natural stone. Would you just kind of leave it out in the open, exposed to open air? Like, do you think that would be enough to kind of make that oxidization inside the charm to be a little bit darker? Leave me a comment below and give me your thoughts on that. And another item I picked up for $8.49, not $50. Isn't that weird? I also picked up a safety chain, and this one is the Family Forever safety chain, and it is still available with Pandora for $65 in Canada. And it is threaded, and I'm just gonna look for the hallmark here. And the hallmark is right by the chain. So you can see the ALE. And then I believe the other side has the 925. No, it must be on the other side here. ALE, and there's the 925 right there. So on one side, you've got the script with the word family, and I do like the script. It's very subtle. And then on this side, it says forever. So this is a nice safety chain that I'll be adding to my collection. Not sure what bracelet it will end up on. So I think I'm going to be ending this video here. I don't think I'm going to be showing you my Pandora summer designs like I originally planned. I'm going to put that in a separate video just because with all of the helicopter action at the lake here, I'm just a little bit nervous and I want to check the news. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all staying safe. Take care. Bye-bye.